play is about two brothers who live on a housing estate in Middlesbrough, which is almost completely derelict and abandoned, and the basic story is an outsider comes into that group and changes the dynamic. But the reason the dynamic changes is that one of the brothers is a science genius and has invented something that the outsider wants to get his hands on, and it's best that I don't tell you what it is, but there's a big science fiction element in it. I'd say it's totally science fiction. There is no real science in the play. I don't want to get in trouble with any actual scientists by claiming there is. So, how did I don't know when, I never have a good answer where ideas come from or whether I just was wandering around one day and the characters just turned up in my head, and I just had to write it. Really, I don't really ever feel like I'm particularly in control of that, which makes me sound a bit insane, but like that's just how it works for me most of the time. Yeah, I don't know. I never have a good answer for that, I'm afraid. Most of my plays aren't set in the northeast or Middlesbrough where I've come from. I've written a few that are, but this one is very definitely set in a very specific area in Middlesbrough, and I think I'll always have a certain link to there because I'm from there, and I'll always feel a certain debt to there. And I think the play certainly has, or I'd like to hope it has, some of the spirit of the area, just because the sense of humour is quite kind of cutting and quite kind of mean but warm at the same time. So I think, I'm hoping that if anyone from the area comes to see it, they'll hopefully recognise at least the spirit of the play. I won a Bruntwood Prize in November 2011, I guess, and on the 15th of November I got given the cheque, and it was very fortunate because I actually lost my job on the 14th of November, so it was pretty good timing. So I went from pretty downbeat to fairly upbeat in the space of about 24 hours, so it was nice. But it was really good winning the prize because it obviously, I mean, it kind of puts your name about a bit, and suddenly you've got a bit more kind of, you know, people answer your emails a little bit quicker and things, but a big help is just there's so little money in the arts that when anyone gives you anything for it, it's such a huge, you can't really overstate how important that is. Winning like an amount of money like that it's a kind of life-changing amount of money. I mean, it doesn't seem like much to a lot of people, but if you're trying to make your living writing plays, that's like a lot of money. I'd like to think that the play is kind of defiantly theatrical, and I think it's an experience that you couldn't get on TV or in a book or on radio or whatever. I think it's something that is meant to be experienced in a live setting, and I'd like to think that there's a decent share of laughs, there's some action, there's some surprising moments. I'm hoping it's going to be something you've not seen before, I hope. There's a strong element of magic realism in the play, and there's something kind of fantastical that all the characters take as read. And I think the way that it's done in the play is something that makes it kind of intrinsically theatrical, and I think that there's something about that that should be exciting to experience as part of an audience. I'm always just writing what I'd want to see, and if I'm entertained, I'm hoping that other people might, because I'm quite picky.